beautiful? All right, kids. We're ready to go. Get those tires warmed up a little bit. It's kind of chilly this morning. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Are you pumped? I'm doing stuff. Not really. Like, I don't know, everybody does their own thing. Thanksgiving is all about tradition. Whatever your tradition is, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So, people are getting ready for the sportsing and for the trips, today. So this is the day before Thanksgiving. So this is one of the most heavy traveled days a year as far as being a recovering trucker. I don't miss driving on this day, not even a little bit, because it's when all the amateurs come out to play. And I mean all of them. Like, car's been sitting under a dust cover for the last 11 and a half months just waiting for this day, and Gert's going to get in it, and by God, she's going to get that fruitcake to those kids because they're starving to death, and she's going to do it at 38 miles an hour in a fast lane. Good luck with all that. That's all I have to say. Anyway, that's her tradition. She's going to go. She's going to get that fruitcake there, by God. So I don't know what your traditions are, but I hope you're all ready for them. My tradition is I like to A, get on a bike and ride. B, not be anywhere around people. I don't like the people. But the people will show up, so I have to hide in different rooms and pretend to fix things. That's what I like to do on Thanksgiving. I just fix things. They're not really broken, but I just pretend to fix them. So I can always kind of get out of all the conversation. Hey, how was work? And, oh, what about that sportsing team? I don't sports, so I don't. I hope everybody else's sportsing goes great. I hope that you're the team that you support in the sports. I hope they outsports the other sportsing team. Go sportsing. But I don't do it, so I don't know anything about it. I know they do the thing with the yellow poles and the ball that doesn't look like a ball. I don't understand it, but it's whatever. You go. I hope your team does good. So, turkey. We got to have turkey. We got to have pie. My house has got to be pie. And there needs to be enough whipped cream to make the pie disappear. If you can see pumpkin pie through the whipped cream, you're doing it wrong. You need to make sure that when you go back for your next checkup, the doctor asks you if you've been drinking gravy. And if you're not doing that, it's wrong, baby. Do it right. You only get to do it once a year. So I'm already looking forward to the diet after the Thanksgiving. I got to get rid of the carbs again. I'm not looking forward to that, really. But it's going to happen. So, yeah, I know. Some people don't think it works. I've lost a lot of weight on it. I also get really cranky because I don't get bread. And it's whatever. What else do we do on Thanksgiving? Well, I like to get on YouTube because when I was a kid, the radio stations used to play a song every year so that the DJs could have a long enough break. When they actually had to spin records back then, they used to play a song every year that was kind of ridiculously long, so they didn't have to tend the equipment. They could just kind of set it up, go get some pie, get some turkey, eat their stuff, drink a little eggnog or whatever they're drinking for Thanksgiving, and then get back on the turntables. And that song was Alice's Restaurant by, I want to say it's Arlo Gutherie. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think it's Arlo Gutherie. All I know is we listen to that like every year. It would be on the radio stations a couple times a day. So now it's one of the things that I do is I post that video so people can listen to it. It actually has very little to do with Thanksgiving. It's kind of an anti-war song, actually, now that I think about it. It's whatever. But Alice's Restaurant, check that one out. So maybe I'll put a little link to it down in the bottom of the description. I don't know if I can do that or not. I'll try it. So anyway, so the day before Thanksgiving, it's about 40 degrees, just a little bit after work. Just got enough time to get up, go to the gas station, get some stuff, get back to the house and go do some work. It's generally 6 on one, half a dozen on the other. It's a crapshoot. This is either a really busy day or a really slow day. It just depends on what year it was. I think last year it was pretty slow, and I think the year before it was fire, flood, and famine. So it's it just is what it is. 4 years ago, we shut down a restaurant. That was great. But that's all work stuff. I don't want to talk about work stuff. I'm on the bike. I'm having fun. I'm doing the thing. But I try and get out and ride every day, and it looks like tomorrow, Thanksgiving, I may have to find an excuse to go run somewhere because it's going to be like 50 degrees. And I'd like to get both of the girls out, The Voyager, she's mad at me because I bought this one. And I've been trying to get them out. I only got 431 miles on it, and I've been riding the Voyager 12. But the last time I took it out, it was cold, and she stalled 3 times on me. And she used to be like I used to call her Cold Ethel because she just loved it in the cold. Now, so I don't know. Probably need to get in there, clean the gunk out of the carburetor bowls, all that good stuff. Maybe change the spark plug. We're due for maintenance anyway. That's one of the things. Good morning. That's my mail lady. It's just on the wrong street. It's just we got to get her in for some maintenance anyway, so that won't be a bad time. Maybe I could do that during Thanksgiving, like just grab some pine and be like, I got to go work on my carburetors while my fingers won't freeze. Speaking of freezing, 40 degrees. I made a little bit of a mistake this morning. Usually, I'm not really a video about cold weather riding, but we have seasons in Northwest Ohio, and those seasons are cold, and the broiler basket. And right now it's cold weather season, cold weather riding. So usually we start getting under 40 degrees ish. That's when I'm breaking out the thermals. So even for short rides, I'm going to go ahead and break out the thermal gear. I don't use the electric plug-in stuff for riding around town. It's just not on either bike. This one creates a lot more heat from that V-twin coming up. It actually warms the seat. Brilliant design engineering right there. We'll talk about engineers some other time, but that was brilliant. It's going to be miserable probably in the summer, but in the wintertime, when it's cold, it's going to make it nice and toasty. So usually I double up the socks, maybe some wool socks, a pair of thin socks and a pair of wool socks. And then we've got the thermals, and then we've got the pantalones, and then a thermal undershirt, a t-shirt, sweatshirt, and then the coat, and then I double up on the gloves. I don't do anything super extravagant or expensive for gloves. I am cheap. 2 of my uncles invented the copper wire fighting over a penny, so my family's cheap. It's not that I couldn't benefit from a pair of good warm winter riding gloves. I just never do it. I say I'm going to do it every year, and then I wind up going to Harbor Freight and get some cotton knit gloves, and then stuffing them inside of a pair of work gloves. And those are my winter riding gloves. So, and because I have the big fairings on the front of my bikes, the wind doesn't really bother me that bad. And I think, last year I wound up riding back from Fort Wayne, and I left. It was almost 50 degrees. It was nice. I stopped at an aunt's house. She started talking about all the stuffs, and the next thing I know, it's 29 degrees, and I'm riding home, and I was like, I'm going to lose my fingers. This is going to be ridiculous. And I got out on the road, and it turned out it wasn't that bad at all. Now, there's some other stuff that'll happen while you're trying to, figure out exactly how to put a foot down when it's that cold and your legs go numb. That can surprise you a little bit. But for the most part, with these big fairing bikes, the wind just doesn't bother you as bad. So if it's a wind chill factor, it's not really that bad. So I get all thermaled up. I can ride down into the teens, no problem. So, well, listen, obviously I'm here at the gas station. I got to get me some petroleum distillates. I get this dang thing in neutral. And maybe I'll pick it up after I get done. Maybe I won't. If I don't, this is the part where I say have a happy Thanksgiving and be safe, because like I said, amateur hour. It's just total amateur hour. So be safe, get there in one piece, and enjoy your turkey.